This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a YouTuber. His name is Bill McClintock, and you may know him for his musical mashups.
Yeah, we've played a few of his. He always does good. He does good work, BJ.
He does good work.
He does the Lord's work.
So, what has he done lately in service? Well, he just mashed up 9 Inch Nails Closer with Hall & Oates' I Can't Go For That.
You can't have my isolation. You can't have the hate that it brings. No. You can't have my absence of faith. You can't have my everything. Yeah. Help me tear down my reason. Help me. Your sex I can smell. Help me. You make me perfect.
Oh boy, here comes the good part.
Help me become somebody else. I wanna f*** you like an animal. I wanna feel you from the inside. You can do that. I wanna f*** you like an animal. My whole existence is strong. You get me closer to God.
Got like a whole new vibe of a song right there.
It surely is. And it sounds like somebody wants to do something the other person doesn't want to.
Yeah, it's like when you're in the club and someone's not getting the hint.
Sounds like Trent really wants to give it to Hall or Oates, and they're like, no, man, we're good.
Why not? Really can't go from that. No,
being way too aggressive, Mr. Reznor.
Yeah, no, you're not going to feel me in any way, sir. Yeah. Please step away. Step away from everything. Yeah, that's a good mashup. I approve.
It's almost like a disco vibe.
Very disco.
Like, and I don't hate it. Like, I thought I would hate it, but I'm okay with it.
You kind of forget that Hall & Oates not only just did like yacht rock type songs, and they also had like some mid-tempo rock songs, but they also kind of dabbled a little bit into the disco world with that.
Yeah, they did. You know, they were a big hit in the 80s, and I remember playing them a lot when I first started in radio, top 40 stations. And now that, I forgot that they really, there was, Michael Jackson was popular, but so was new wave music. And so, they sort of went towards the disco vibe on that one. Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
With Hall & Oates.
Yeah, you're right. You get a little yacht rock, which we didn't know it was yacht rock at the time. We thought they were cooler than that. But yeah, it turns out some of their songs are just yacht rock.
I mean, still their best song is Man Eater. We could all agree with that, right?
Oh, well, I can't go for that. Just can't.
I like Private Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
How's that one?
Yeah. They're
Private Eyes
Yeah.
are watching you.
No,
Yeah, they are.
I like, whoa, here she comes.
Oh, yeah.
She's a man eater.
Yeah, she is. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's a lot. I mean, again, this is why people are loving it. That's why people are loving the Hall and the Oates. Yeah.
That guy, I got to imagine he smokes a crap ton of weed. Not Hall, Oates, or Trent Reznor, the Bill McClintock guy.
Yeah.
Like, he has to just get, or he's just constantly thinking of just random songs to mash together because I would never have thought, hey, put together Hall & Oates with 9 Inch Nails. Like, what comes first? I'd love to get inside that guy's mind. Like, does he hear I Can't Go For That and think, wow, you know what would work with this is Closer by 9 Inch Nails? Or was he listening to Closer and thinks, oh, I Can't Go For That part? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you're right, Steve. It's like you have to go to an altered state to actually vibe up that those two would work.
Or what if he's driving around and he's blasting, 9 Inch Nails, and he pulls up next to somebody who's blasting Hall & Oates, and he's like, wait a minute, this really works.
If they ever make a Disney movie about it, that's the story they need to tell.
It surely is. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, moment
right?
There. It really is. It's like, oh, wait a minute. You're chocolate peanut butter into my mashup of Hall & Oates and 9 Inch. All right, I'm doing it.
So it says any day that starts off with 9 Inch Nails and Hall & Oates mashup has to be a great day. Thank you, guys.
There you go.
You're welcome. Go for that.
Yeah, we can go for that.
No can do.
We got a woman who, she's not going for anything because she's suing a car insurance company. Why is she suing a car insurance company? Because she got an STD. Steve will tell you all about this. He's got the Migs Report for you at 6:17.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Whole Foods Market for giving us the Migs Report. And today, it's National Get Funky Day. Maybe listen to some Hall & Oates mashed with 9 Inch Nails like we did earlier.
That's getting funky.
I'm trying to think of what would be the one song I'd want to listen to if I was feeling like I wanted to get funky. And I think I'm going to have to go with, remember D-Light? Grooves in the Heart.
Groove is in the Heart. Nice.
Then she hands it over to Bootsy Collins on the bass.
Yeah. I only know that because of the show Big Mouth. They did a whole episode with it.
Of D-Light?
Well, like a whole section where they're just singing and, they perform as cartoon characters.
That was like one of those songs where I realized, I'm a big metal fan, but that was like one of those songs growing up being a big metalhead. I'm like, I like this song and it's not metal, and I don't know if I should admit to it.
Oh, boy.
Groove is in the heart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you going to listen to get funky there?
Dude, the first thing that came to mind is anything Michael Franti.
Okay.
Michael Franti.
A little bit more of a hippie funky.
Yeah, hippie funky, sort of, it's summer funky, there's a song that's just going through my head right now. Everybody let's rock, everybody let's, and it's just got the bass line, and everybody is probably altered and feeling summery.
A texter says staying alive. We know Rev will be orgy.
Oh, yeah. Of course, it's orgy, yeah.
Is it?
No, George Clinton, we want the funk.
We want the funk.
Oh, good
yeah.
call.
Give us. Yeah, oh, yeah. Or early Red Hot Chili Peppers days when he produced their stuff.
Did he really produce their stuff?
Before Mother's Milk, like a couple of their records back before they were the big band that they became, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, he helped them produce, I think, either one or two of their records, and it's totally cool.
That's amazing.
You know what? Now that you just say that, Steve, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Danny, you getting funky anyhow? Anyway?
Won't you take me to Funky Town?
Yeah. I was hoping somebody would go with that one.
Literally the only song that came into my mind when he said that.
Good job.
House.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I had to Google to make sure, like, what was funky.
It's subjective.
Yeah,
Whatever's
exactly.
funky to you there, Vicky.
And I really love. I like
Exactly.
Super Freak just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Super Freak.
Super freaky. Kind of freaky girl.
I really want to go to karaoke with you and just do a funky
all
night.
funk songs.
Yes.
What's wrong with Steve? Something seems wrong with him, even more so than usual.
He's got the funky fever.
And oddly enough, and I'm not making this up, it's on that check-a-day calendar of stupid holidays. Today is National Kiss a Wrestler Day. So come bring it. Yeah, brother.
You really
All right,
want
don't
that?
bring it. My bad.
Yeah, you really don't want
welcome. Well, okay, dude, this might be the most insane lawsuit that I've ever heard of, and I sure as hell hope that the judge throws this out. He hasn't just yet, but apparently there's a woman that is suing Geico, the insurance company.
Oh, she's suing the little gecko? Come on.
Yes, for $1 million.
Okay.
The reason being, she hooked up with a guy in his 2014 Hyundai Genesis.
Oh,
they got a
good
little
call.
freak nasty listening to some Rick James, probably.
Yeah.
In the
Genesis
car.
is a nice car, too, by the way. So, yeah, he had the fancy car working.
They had sex. They didn't use protection.
Oh, boy.
And she got an STD.
Oh.
She got HPV.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, now she's suing Geico because she believes that the guy has an insurance policy with them and that she should get paid because she had sex in his car, got an STD. They should pay her money.
Wow. And somebody is taking this case? There's a lawyer that's actually chasing this ambulance?
Geico filed a lawsuit to have the whole thing dismissed.
Yeah.
Because they just don't want to have to deal with this in the future. This could be an awful precedent that happens. They said their car insurance only covers injuries that happen, quote, out of the ownership, maintenance, or use of the car. And sex in the car does not fit into that category.
That's not use?
I mean, it's use in one way, I guess. And they also said, they chose to have unprotected sex. They're at fault. We're not at fault at all. But the judge hasn't made a ruling yet. I hope because he had the day off and not because he actually has to think about this.
Yeah. You know what, though? I'll tell you, dude. I think people are just done being railroaded, and they've decided.
Well, not this woman, though.
Hey. How about this one? She said, well, if you can't beat him, join him. And she beat him and joined them.
But you're right, dude. They got to put their foot down about something.
They do, but I really feel like it's a response just from the average human being saying, you know what, I have seen so many people just, nickel and dime me the other way. I've had it. I'm no longer going to be reasonable. Because that is a completely dumb claim. And yet, you know what? It's like, I don't care. Look what they do. Look what everybody does. And I watched The Incredibles, and that poor old lady, she didn't get her insurance policy. All that.
Dude, could you imagine the floodgates that would open from this? And, the commercials from, the lawyers that, do handle case. Did you get syphilis while getting railed in a...
Oh, man, I want to see those commercials.
You have a lawsuit. You could possibly be compensated for that.
Oh, I so want to see the commercials for that.
The late-night infomercials on television.
Better call Saul.
Oh,
That's the perfect person for it.
Yep. Saul Goodman would be the king of that.
Hey, be careful if you wear high-cut jean shorts. I know you like wearing them, BJ.
Yeah, something, I love them, but what's the story here?
There's a woman from North Carolina. Her name's Sam. She went on TikTok to share her story. She was wearing tight, high-waisted jean shorts and apparently had an 8-hour-long wedgie from them.
Oh.
But she kept wearing them because she was on a date, having a good time.
Yeah.
Well, later on, she realized that her backside was feeling really sore, and no, she didn't need to, sue Geico for it. But she had a bump where, the wedgie was going on, where the chafing was happening.
Okay.
So she went to the doctor, had to get some antibiotics for it, but there was still some pain that she was dealing with. So then she went to the ER. She ended up in the ICU with cellulitis and sepsis. And
cellulitis and sepsis, that sounds bad.
Which is a skin infection, and then the sepsis is a life-threatening response that the body has to an infection.
Whoa!
So she nearly died from this wedgie.
Wow.
Doctors thought they might have to surgically, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at her, but they thought they might have to surgically remove part of her butt.
Whoa.
Thankfully, they didn't have to, so I could giggle about it.
Yeah. Wow, that's, how far was that up there? Man, that's up there.
Here's the crazy part, because I was wondering, well, how'd the date go? Apparently, they've been together for 3 years ever since then.
Well, good for them.
Funny story, how I met your mother.
Really.
He's willing to suffer for love.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, I'm sure that story would have a better ending than the TV show.
Oh.
Ouch.
Sorry.
Should we sue Geico for the ending of that TV show?
We definitely should sue Geico, and let's get him out for that Seinfeld ending, too, now, right?
I watched it on my phone while stuck in traffic.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone watched Monday Night Football, a little bit of a rain delay at a stadium that has a dome, which I think was really funny. Even the head coach for the Raiders, John Gruden's like looking all confused, like, why are we on a delay? But because the dome has it's not fully covered. So kind of like how T-Mobile Park is.
Yeah.
So they still had to delay it, and a lot of people are like, you spent billions of dollars on this stadium that has a dome, and we still have a rain delay. What the hell is going on?
That is so nuts.
Very weird that there would be it was thunder and lightning, so maybe they were a little concerned because of the thunder and lightning, of course, but still.
Very frightening.
Very, very frightening. And if anything happened, you sue Geico for it.
Sorry. Geico, I'm sorry, but I guess you're the go-to for all my problems.
Well, man, maybe that hurt the Raiders because they're no longer undefeated. Sorry, Red the Chicken Man. The Las Vegas Raiders had their first loss as the Chargers beat them 28-14. Speaking of football, oh my gosh, I don't know if you've heard about this story, BJ.
What's
about
happening?
John Gruden. He's the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they suck.
Oh, yeah, they're bad.
Well, they lost to they almost beat the Bengals, but then they didn't beat the Bengals, and so then the game's over. Team's going back to, Jacksonville. But Coach Gruden's like, I'm going to stick around because I'm going to hang out with some family, so I'll take another plane sometime later on. So he goes out with some family, has some drinks apparently, hanging out. Some other random group of people come over to him, trying to get him to go on a dance floor. Some woman starts grinding up on him, and of course people catch video of this. So there's video out there of him getting pretty much a lap dance from some random woman. Then people are like, where is his hand? And then there's another video footage that popped up somewhere that shows that he's, she has her clothes on, but he's trying to check her temperature.
Oh, whoa.
The video is insane. Whoa. But the best part about this whole thing, so of course people are losing their minds about this. So, he's got a family, he's there with his...
Wow. Wow.
He has to then do a press conference.
That's insane, dude.
To apologize for all this because he's like, I was getting up. There was a girl grinding on me at a bar in Columbus, Ohio, and he had to issue a public apology to the team, the staff, and also the family, and we have the audio of the apology. Are you ready to hear it, BJ?
Well, I can't even believe this story.
And you should find the video footage of it it's on Twitter somewhere. All right, here, check it out.
I just apologize to the team and staff and for being a distraction is stupid. And so I explained everything that happened and owned it and, just a stupid shot at myself in that kind of position.
Irvin, did you fly back with the team or did you stay in?
No, I stayed to see the grandkids and we all went to dinner that night at the restaurant, and then there's a big group next to our restaurant and they wanted me to come over and take pictures, and I did. And trying to pull me out on the dance floor, screwing around, and I should have left.
How did the team react?
So the team. I spoke to a bunch of leaders one-on-one, spoke to all the players. They're good. They were focused on Tennessee, and I apologized again for being a distraction. And coach should not be a distraction.
How about your family? Did you feel a need to apologize to your family?
Oh yeah, they were upset.
They're upset. My apologies also. I don't know why I said John Gruden. I was just kind of in a weird headspace, but it was Urban Meyer.
Oh, Urban Meyer.
I don't know why I get that, why I confused that.
Yeah, well,
I need to apologize to the family of John Gruden. And not to the family of Urban Meyer.
Oh, yeah. Well,
there's the video.
I'm seeing. He looks like he really is a doctor in that video.
Yes.
Wow. That's nuts.
So again, that's Urban Meyer, not John Gruden.
Whoa, dude, he is. It looks like he's. How do you come back from that with the wife and everybody? How do you come back from that? You are.
I like how they're like. What do you have to say to the family? They're upset.
Yeah. That's wow.
See, I think he could have gotten away with he could have had a pass if he never put his hands anywhere. It was just like, this lady just came up and grinded on me. And I told her I'm not going on the dance floor. And that was the end of it.
You got to not even be on the dance floor. I mean, But
he was sitting on a bar stool when she came over to him.
Yeah, even still, you got to get out of there. You just can't be in that situation if you're a leader. You just can't be.
Right.
Because,
you go to the gentlemen's clubs where cell phones are frowned upon.
All right,
you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you just, he's got a fame. You got to be smarter than that. It's tough. I mean, look, who's not, attracted to an attractive girl that wants to grind on you? But if you're married and you got the life and you got a leader of a team, you just got to be smarter. Because he's a granddad, he said, right? So he's old enough to know better. He's old enough to know better. If he was in his 30s.
He's not old enough to stop enjoying lap dances, BJ.
Well, neither am I, but you know what? I still have to be smart about it, right? If I want to get a lap dance, I got to make sure everybody's on board, and I got to make sure I'm not in charge of a team that hasn't won a game since the Carter administration.
Well, she was on board or on something.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. I mean, well, I don't even know what happened. I just wouldn't want to be in that situation. That is I wouldn't want to have to be the guy stepping in front of a microphone having to make the apologies that he just had to make.
Imagine he goes to bed that night, wakes up, checks the internet.
Oh, God.
And that's everywhere.
Yeah.
People are saying he should be fired for this.
Well, I'm not surprised. There's a lot there, man. First of all, his team is not doing well, so any reason to fire the guy is probably what anyone's looking for.
Well, at least he didn't go inside the car of a Hyundai Genesis and sue Geico. Or did he?
Well,
or did he? We don't know yet.
I mean, whoa, he was trying to go where you can get STDs.
Well, Urban Meyer likes to party. That's what we've learned from this whole situation.
Oh, he does. And, he's like,
Go
I'm
Jaguars.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm a distraction. Yeah, you're a little bit more than that, sir.
I want to know, though, what do you think the players truly think? Do you think I don't think the players are all mad at him.
Yeah,
they're probably like, go coach.
Yeah.
We're going to play harder for you. Bad choice of words.
Yeah, I feel like, you're right about that. You're right. I mean, I feel like the players are probably like, wow, look at the coach can still get people interested in him.
I don't even know what to think of that. You're just sitting there, and this woman just comes up. It's like, hey, let's dance. I'm good. All right, I'll just grind on you.
Yeah, fame is quite a drug for some people. So he is a famous dude down there, even though his team sucks.
All right, Kraken, final preseason game tonight against the Canucks. You can watch that at 7 p.m. on Root Sports. And speaking of the Kraken, we'll be talking to one of their players. Nate Bastian's going to be joining us at 7:47 this morning. Nasty Nate.
Nice.
Very excited about that. That's going to be a fun one to chat with him and see what's going on in his head and how he's getting acclimated to Seattle. And then the season all starts next week against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
We're off and running, BJ.
Wow. That's incredible to think that next week is the time that it's already here.
Yep. This is the final preseason game. And then a week from today, I believe it is, that everything starts in Vegas.
Felt like this preseason was really quick.
It was. It was like 6 games.
Oh, is it usually longer than that?
No. It's just quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we've had, last season and this season are weird because of how late last season started late.
Well, it's just nuts to think they basically had a couple practices, then started preseason games. I mean, they really haven't had a long time together as a team, and then it all starts next week.
Yeah, I also want to throw a plug out there. I don't know if you can watch it because I watched the re-airing of it, but our buddy Everett Fitzhugh, who was the radio voice of the Kraken, he's done a great series on Root Sports where he's traveled around to discover college. So you know this. You've seen this too.
Yeah, dude. It's on their YouTube page, but also they showed it on Root Sports, man. It's really awesome.
Yeah, Fitz does such a great job really uncovering the history of Seattle hockey. And, man, I had no idea how popular it was back in the early 1900s. I didn't know that the place was rocking. And he tells a great story. And he goes all over the state really finding all the cool hockey people and all the great connections in some of the smallest towns that you would never think that anybody cared about any sport. But man, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Everett's killing it, man. Just getting it's a great way for him to get immersed with the community, but also he's shedding a light on the hockey history here, which a lot of people didn't know.
And dude, Fitz is amazing. That guy is just naturally entertaining, and what a great addition to our entertainment world, the sports world. I really was like, man, I was like, dude, I don't really know you. I met him a couple times, obviously, in the show, but he really warmed me up and endeared me to him. Just his love for hockey, and then his finding out Washington's love for hockey. Man,
yeah, I think if you go on the Kraken YouTube page, you could probably find it. We'll try and find some of those and throw them up on our social media pages as well, so people check them out. We'll try and get Everett on before the season starts.
Yeah,
now that he's been here for a while, see what he thinks about Seattle.
Oh yeah, Fitz is a great guy, man. No doubt about it.
All right, as far as weather, 57 degrees and rain. That's the Mix Report, and that's what's up. It was also funny because they played in Everett. At the Silvertips Arena, the Angel of the Winds Arena. And, of course, there was a bunch of people having fun with the fact that Everett was in Everett. And he's just like...
oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that's his town.
I think even John Forsland, a bunch of other Root Sports people, some other people from the radio that he does the play-by-play for with KJR, they were all just like, we're with Everett, in Everett.
They got to give him the key to the city, don't they? It's got to be Everett Day for Everett. Come on. Yeah. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What's the oldest university in the United States?
Plattsburgh State University.
No.
Go Cardinals. I don't know. Yale?
No.
Harvard?
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah.
I'm so mad about it.
Why are you so mad?
I am just so mad that he just I don't know. Let me just throw a couple of right answers out there. Because it could have been either one, obviously. And yeah, you got it. You know what? I'm tired of you. I'm just tired of you. I'm tired of how you win. I'm tired of the winning.
Quote the great Fred Durst, why you gotta hate me?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what, though? I do hate him, so you can beat him. Okay, beat him for me. Call now for your shot at beating Steve. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs. We'll do that at 6:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
You know, one of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills? And of course, we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field. But you know, one of the things to remember is that if you decide, once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at WeConsiderWA.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.